Hello everybody, this is Player 2. This is my first update since the official mobile launch of Albion Online. Welcome to the channel, any new viewers who hasn't watched any of my previous videos before. This is one of the channels where you can actually see in-game PvP content of Albion Online from the phone POV or mobile POV. I've been playing the game on the unofficial beta of mobile since last year, February of last year. Basically when the outbreak of the pandemic started. It was my return to the game since 2017. So within the contents of today's videos, I'll be covering a few topics. Just high-level introductions of what is Albion Online, why do I play mobile, why do other people play mobile, or why you would want to try to play mobile on this game, my opinion or perspective as far as how this game compares to other mobile RPG games out there, as well as other MMORPGs in general, and then just cover a couple of opinions and perspectives as far as what I think SBI should cover within the development roadmap for Albion Online Mobile. As always, I'm going to be highlighting just PvP content from the mobile perspective, just to inspire and motivate you guys that are playing on a tablet or a phone platform to go out there and try to do more than just PvE and market trades. So first thing first, let's start with defining the game and introducing you guys to Albion Online. I'm sure at this point you guys have probably seen commercials or advertisements on YouTube or elsewhere covering the basics of Albion Online. So I'm not going to go into any of that. It's a hardcore, emphasis or air quotes around hardcore PvP MMORPG where you do lose everything on your body when you die in certain areas of the game, which means you are capable of taking loot from the other players as well. And it's also a non-linear MMO track, otherwise known as a sandbox, right? So you aren't going to be logging in and, hitting 10 squirrels a day or, doing specific instances or dungeons. Well, I guess you can if you want to do that. But overall, there's no linear quest line or achievements as far as exploration and stuff in other games like Guild War 2s or Elder Scrolls Online. So with that being said, it's a game where you just get better by playing what you want to play. There's different roles and weapons, obviously. You can mix around your equipment. You can be a heavy armor mage or healer if you want to, or a clothy wearing or robe wearing sword wielder. You can get all kinds of creative, but obviously when it comes to end-game content, usually it's in the Crystal League or Hellgates and whatnot, there are metas and specific comps that people would, highly suggest that you follow, otherwise you would be pretty uncompetitive. With that being said, the meta is usually, shifting and adjusting, and there are people out there that are very innovative and creative and push the envelope in terms of trying new things. And I've been very lucky and fortunate to be able to meet and play with some of those individuals myself for the last several months. So how does Albion Online compare to any of the other MMORPGs that you may see on the Google Play or Apple Play Store today? So obviously it is a full comprehensive MMORPG. It's not like a on the rail, very shallow RPG out there that you may find on mobile like Black Desert Online or any of the other RPGs out there where you log in, you get presented with, I don't know, a $4.99 or $9.99 pay to win subscription or whatever packages to try to get ahead with premiums and loot boxes or whatever. Albion is not a pay-to-win game. Now you can pay, obviously, to get premium, which I highly suggest for anybody. You can also at the same time earn your way towards premium using in-game currency, and I'm not going to cover all the benefits that premium gets you. just because there's plenty of videos out there that already do that. But you know, individually and personally myself, I think that Albion is a product that is worth supporting financially if you do have the financial means to do so, just to reward the developers in the company for developing this product and bringing something to the table that is unique and different from what you see out there today, right? So I highly appreciate the fact that, you know, for example, as I'm recording this voiceover, I'm sitting in my car waiting for my kids to get out of school, or sometimes I'm sitting on the toilet taking a crap while I'm doing Hellgates, or if you're any of my former guildmates when we're doing, you know, the mass ZVZ content, you know that sometimes in between breaks or when we're rotating and traveling between maps that I would be at the gym just sitting on the stationary bike. So the fact that you do have that, you know, ability and privilege to sort of do that type of content while on the go, I highly appreciate that flexibility, right? So next, let's go into the topic of why mobile and why do I not just play this game on PC. So history and context. I started playing this game back in 2017 at the beginning of the launch of beta, right, on the PC. And personally in real life, you know, that was when I was a young and single lad that was not married. I didn't have a full-time job and didn't have kids. It was in 2017 that all those things changed for me within the same year, right, where I got married, I had my first child, and I got a big boy job that required me to you know, be a salary desk worker that would have to sit in an office for extensive hours of the day, right? So I stopped playing PC games back then. I played other hardcore MMORPGs as far as full loop PvP like Darkscape or EVE Online, which, you know, I would say are pretty comparable to this game as far as EVE Online mechanics go. So about a year ago in February, with the pandemic breaking out and me moving to a work from home environment, I just wanted to check out what the game was like in 2020 on the mobile platform. I between 2017 and 2020, I got pretty competitive in mobile gaming and in other areas like PUBG Mobile and whatnot. Just because, you know, I still enjoy playing video games in my spare time, and I appreciated the fact that, you know, I could get things done around the house, take care of the kids, or, you know, just lay down and be able to play video games at night, which I still do today, right? So after I take care of the kids, take care of my day job, I'm able to create time or find time to enjoy the game and to socialize with other nerds like some of my friends here in this video. You know, I joke about it a lot, but reality is sometimes, and most times when I'm doing these Hellgates, I'm rocking my kid, or I'm laying down on the ground or laying in bed after a long night. And that's just thoroughly enjoyable to be able to do that, right? So that's why I play mobile. Now, I can't speak for why all the other, you know, phone gamers or tablet gamers out there play mobile, but I would imagine it's within the same realm of thought there. And so some folks ask me, like, well, you know, why can't you just make some time and play PC or whatever? So it's just not the same. It's not easy to just get up from a desktop and do the dad stuff. But with having this game on my mobile device, I can take it with me and still, you know, watch my kids while they're playing with each other, or, you know, do market orders and whatnot in the middle of cooking dinner, and etc. So disclaimer as far as how mobile or not mobile viable I think this game is. Number one, you have to have a high-end, or I would say medium to high-end device to play this game on a mobile platform. This is a CPU and memory intensive application. You can go to the Albion Online website for specific requirements, but to give you guys an idea of what I'm operating with, so I have the Samsung S20 Plus. It has 12 gigabytes of RAM. That's right, 12 gigabytes of RAM. with a Snapdragon 865 chipset, which is roughly around 2.8 gigahertz of CPU, right? So, and with all that being said, I'm still playing Albion with shadows off. I have to turn down the settings even further if I want to go into 20s or ZVZ content. And if you want to do things like record your fights like I do here, or sit on Discord or listen to music and do all those things simultaneously, it's gonna definitely drain a lot of your memory. So I would imagine if you want to do just play the game, Android itself as an operating system requires roughly 3 or 4 gigabytes of RAM to operate, and then the game requires another 3 to 4 to 5 gigabytes of RAM, depending on the type of content you got going on. And then that's all before Discord or YouTube Music or Spotify or recording and Twitch and anything else you have going on. So hence why, I highly suggest, if you want to get into playing this game competitively outside of just doing market trades or whatever, or econ, I just wouldn't try it unless you're on a superior phone device. As with some of the contents as far as modules and performances that I mentioned earlier, roughly around 10 to 12 gigabytes of RAM and at least a Snapdragon 865 equivalent CPU. So I covered a couple of topics first already. So that was the what is Albion, how do I think Albion compares to other games out there in the mobile market, as well as why I play mobile and why I think others might play mobile, and then the device requirements itself. So lastly, before I just cut off and let you guys enjoy the rest of these fights, there's a couple of things, right, in terms of content I think that mobile players would enjoy a lot. So one, obviously small scale and medium scale and even solo PvP content. If you're looking for a game where you don't have to be part of a large Zerg, or spend 3 or 4 or 5 hours trying to coordinate and be in matchmaker or whatever, this is a game for you. Now you may, it's gonna require a lot of emphasis in terms of networking and socializing for you to find a community of folks that you want to play with, right? Because this is a competitive game, especially because people lose loot when they die. Some communities can be very toxic. Let's just be quite honest and realistic about that. Secondly, you are a second-class citizen in this game as a phone gamer. People obviously are the PC master race minds that they are, and you just got to lean into that, right? You will have to adapt and adjust to compete with the folks that you are competing with that are playing with mouse and keyboard. So just know that. This game is not yet as optimized as other mobile games like Wild Rift in terms of the targeting and the skill shots and whatnot. I mean, it's progressed a lot over the last year that I've seen so far. So whoever the mobile developer is for SBI, I appreciate you a lot. You're doing a great job, and continue doing what you're doing. But you're going to have to take a lot of time in terms of practicing, right? And learning which skills and skill shots work on mobile with aim assist. Yes, that's right, there is aim assist. And which ones, you have to do manual selection and dragging and flicking of. And that's on you. So this game is a game that rewards individuals that take the initiative to learn the game on their own. This is not one that, there's going to be a cornucopia of resources out there to teach you the ins and outs and nuances of the game. And it's one that has a pretty, I would say, medium to high skill cap in terms of player difficulty of excellence, right? So there is competition at the end game in terms of gates and the Crystal League and whatnot, and those are the areas where it requires you to know the ins and outs of the game and the mechanics wise. So that's it for now. I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of these fights. These are 5v5 Hellgates fights. These are instance fights. I just want to say, of all the folks that I've gotten a chance to play with for the last year, thank you. You guys have definitely been a lot of fun to play with. I've gained, I think, 825 million paying in the last 12 months, and all of that's just been because of, well, one, how open and accepting some of you guys have been as far as playing with a phone gamer, and then secondly, just overall how enjoyable the game is. If you're someone like myself who's always had a history of playing PvP games, this is one that you're going to have a lot of fun in. So enjoy the rest of the video. I'll probably start a video series that, you know, gets into the nitty-gritty details of tips and tricks of playing this game on mobile, if there are some PC gamers that want to switch over to the mobile platform, as well as mobile players that want to try this game out, you know, things that you ought to be in the know about before you step foot into like a red zone or a black zone or whatever, which are the areas of the game that you can actually lose your gear. So with that being said, thanks for watching. I hope everyone has a great and blessed day.